The story of a river's curve begins with the fundamental forces of nature shaping its path. Rivers are dynamic systems, continually carving and reshaping the land as they flow. This chapter delves into the science behind river meandering, explaining how and why rivers develop their characteristic bends over time. At the heart of river meandering is the concept of erosion and deposition. As a river flows across a landscape, it interacts with the soil and rock along its banks. The force of the water against the bank on the outer edge of a bend is stronger, leading to increased erosion in this area. Simultaneously, the inner edge of the curve experiences slower water flow, which allows sediment to be deposited. This process of erosion and deposition is cyclical and self-reinforcing. As sediment builds up on the inside of a bend, the river's flow is redirected toward the outer edge, leading to further erosion and a deeper curve. Several factors influence the formation and evolution of river meanders. The gradient of the riverbed, or its slope, plays a significant role. Rivers with a gentle slope are more likely to meander compared to those with a steep gradient, which tend to cut straight through the landscape. The type of sediment and rock present also affects meandering. Softer materials are more easily eroded, leading to more pronounced curves, while harder materials resist erosion and may result in less meandering. Vegetation along the riverbanks contributes to meandering by stabilizing the soil and influencing water flow. Dense vegetation can reduce the rate of erosion on the outer banks, while areas with less vegetation are more prone to erosion and sediment movement. Meandering is a gradual process that takes place over thousands of years. Initially, a river may start with a gentle curve, but as it continues to flow, this curve becomes more pronounced. The river's ability to meander is influenced by its velocity and discharge. Higher velocity rivers with greater discharge tend to have more pronounced meanders, as they have the power to erode the banks more aggressively and transport larger amounts of sediment. Meanders are not static, they evolve over time. As a river meanders, the curves can become more exaggerated, leading to the formation of oxbow lakes. These are crescent-shaped lakes that form when a meander becomes so pronounced that the river eventually cuts through the narrow neck of the bend, creating a new, straighter channel and leaving the old curve isolated as an oxbow lake. This evolution demonstrates how meandering rivers are in a constant state of change, shaping and reshaping the landscape. Understanding river meandering provides valuable insights into river systems and their impact on the environment. The natural curves of a river play a crucial role in distributing water and sediment across the landscape, which affects everything from flood dynamics to soil fertility. By studying how and why rivers meander, we gain a better understanding of the processes that shape our natural world and the importance of preserving these dynamic systems. In summary, the birth of a river's curve is a complex interplay of geological and hydrological factors that result in the characteristic meanders we see today. By examining the science behind these curves, we gain a deeper appreciation of the dynamic nature of rivers and the critical role they play in shaping the landscape and supporting diverse ecosystems. Meandering rivers are more than just scenic landscapes, they are vibrant ecosystems teeming with life. This chapter explores the rich ecological benefits that arise from the natural curves and bends of meandering rivers, highlighting their role in creating and sustaining diverse habitats. The gentle bends and curves of meandering rivers create a variety of habitats that support a wide range of species. The slower-moving water along the inner bends of meanders often forms shallow areas and floodplains, which are ideal for aquatic plants and fish spawning. These habitats provide shelter and breeding grounds for fish, amphibians, and insects. The deeper pools and faster currents found on the outer bends create different conditions that are suitable for other aquatic species, such as larger fish and invertebrates. Meandering rivers play a critical role in enriching the surrounding floodplains. During periods of high flow, meanders can spread water over wide areas, allowing it to deposit nutrient-rich sediments across the floodplain. This sediment deposition enhances soil fertility, making floodplains some of the most productive agricultural lands. The nutrients carried by the floodwaters support the growth of lush vegetation, which in turn provides food and habitat for a myriad of species. The natural curves of meandering rivers contribute to water quality by acting as a natural filtration system. As water flows through meanders, sediment and pollutants are trapped by vegetation and deposited along the banks. This process helps to filter out impurities and improve water clarity. The diverse plant life along meandering rivers also plays a role in this filtration. as roots stabilize the soil and absorb excess nutrients, reducing the risk of water pollution and algal blooms. The varied habitats created by meandering rivers contribute to high levels of biodiversity. Riparian zones, the areas of land adjacent to rivers, are rich in plant species that provide food and shelter for wildlife. These zones also act as corridors for wildlife movement, allowing species to migrate and find resources. The diversity of habitats within meandering rivers supports a wide range of species, from aquatic life to birds, mammals, and insects, contributing to overall ecosystem health and resilience. Meandering rivers support aquatic life through a combination of physical and biological processes. The varying flow speeds and water depths within meanders create a mosaic of conditions that cater to different life stages and species. For example, juvenile fish often thrive in the calm, shallow areas of inner bends, while adult fish may prefer the deeper, faster-moving water of outer bends. The complex interplay of these conditions supports a diverse aquatic community and contributes to the overall productivity of the river system. Several case studies illustrate the ecological benefits of meandering rivers. For instance, the Mississippi River's meanders create a network of wetlands and floodplains that support diverse wildlife and improve water quality. Similarly, the meandering channels of the Danube River provide critical habitat for species such as the European otter and various fish species. These examples highlight how meandering rivers can serve as vital ecological resources and demonstrate the importance of preserving natural river systems. Despite their ecological benefits, meandering rivers face challenges from human activities such as dam construction, river channelization, and land development. These interventions can disrupt natural meandering processes, leading to habitat loss, reduced water quality, and decreased biodiversity. Understanding and mitigating these impacts is crucial for maintaining the ecological health of meandering rivers and the services they provide. Conservation efforts are essential for protecting and restoring meandering rivers and their associated ecosystems. Projects aimed at restoring natural meanders, preserving riparian zones, and improving water quality can help to mitigate the impacts of human activities and enhance the ecological health of river systems. By supporting these efforts, we can ensure that meandering rivers continue to provide vital ecological benefits for future generations. In summary, meandering rivers are ecological marvels that support a rich tapestry of life through their diverse habitats, nutrient-rich floodplains, and natural filtration processes. By understanding and appreciating the ecological benefits of these natural curves, we can better protect and preserve the vital ecosystems they sustain. Meandering rivers play a critical role in flood management and soil fertility, offering numerous benefits to both natural ecosystems and human communities. This chapter explores how the natural curves and bends of rivers contribute to managing floods and enhancing agricultural productivity. One of the most significant benefits of meandering rivers is their ability to manage floodwaters. The natural curves of a river slow down the flow of water, allowing it to spread out over a wider area during periods of high flow. This process reduces the speed and intensity of floodwaters, decreasing the risk of sudden, destructive floods. By dissipating energy and distributing water more evenly, meandering rivers help to prevent the rapid accumulation of water that can lead to flooding in downstream areas. Meandering rivers are instrumental in creating and maintaining floodplains, which are crucial for managing floodwaters. When a river floods, the meandering curves allow water to spread across the floodplain rather than concentrating in a single area. This spreading effect helps to reduce the force of the floodwater and allows it to be absorbed into the soil over time. The result is a more gradual release of water, which reduces the likelihood of downstream flooding and provides a natural buffer against extreme weather events. As meandering rivers slow down and spread out, they deposit sediments along their floodplains. This sediment deposition is a key factor in enhancing soil fertility. The nutrients carried by the river, including organic matter and minerals, enrich the soil, making it highly productive for agriculture. Floodplains formed by meandering rivers are often among the most fertile lands, supporting the growth of crops and vegetation that benefit from the nutrient-rich soils. The fertile soils created by sediment deposition in meandering river floodplains are highly beneficial for agriculture. Farmers who cultivate these lands often experience higher crop yields due to the rich nutrient content of the soil. Additionally, the natural irrigation provided by periodic flooding can help maintain soil moisture levels, further supporting agricultural productivity. By understanding the relationship between river meandering and soil fertility, farmers can better manage their land to maximize yields and ensure sustainable farming practices. Several case studies demonstrate the effectiveness of meandering rivers in flood management. For example, the Rhine River in Europe has been historically managed to prevent flooding, with restoration projects focusing on reintroducing meanders to enhance flood control and ecological health. Similarly, in the United States, the restoration of meanders in the Mississippi River has helped to improve flood management and support local agriculture. These examples highlight the value of preserving and restoring natural river meanders to mitigate flood risks and protect communities. Despite their benefits, meandering rivers face challenges from human activities that can impact their ability to manage floods effectively. Urban development, river channelization, and dam construction can alter the natural flow patterns of rivers, reducing their capacity to handle floodwaters. Addressing these challenges requires careful planning and management to ensure that the benefits of meandering rivers for flood control and soil fertility are maintained. Restoration and preservation efforts are essential for maintaining the flood management and soil fertility benefits of meandering rivers. Projects aimed at reintroducing meanders to straightened rivers, preserving floodplains, and enhancing riparian zones can help to restore the natural functions of river systems. These efforts contribute to better flood management, improved soil fertility, and enhanced ecological health. By supporting these initiatives, we can ensure that meandering rivers continue to provide valuable services to both natural ecosystems and human communities. Looking ahead, the future of flood management and soil fertility will depend on our ability to balance human needs with the preservation of natural river systems. As climate change and urbanization continue to impact river landscapes, innovative approaches to river management and restoration will be crucial. By prioritizing the conservation of meandering rivers and their associated floodplains, we can safeguard the benefits they provide and ensure a sustainable future for agriculture and flood management. In summary, meandering rivers are essential for managing floodwaters and enhancing soil fertility. Their natural curves slow down water flow, distribute floodwaters across floodplains, and deposit nutrient-rich sediments that support productive agriculture. By understanding and preserving the role of meanders in these processes, we can better protect and manage our natural resources for the benefit of both ecosystems and human communities. The natural meandering of rivers has shaped landscapes and supported ecosystems for millennia. However, human activities have increasingly disrupted these processes, leading to a range of ecological and hydrological challenges. This chapter examines the impact of human interventions on river meandering, explores the consequences of these changes, and discusses potential solutions to mitigate the negative effects. River channelization, which involves straightening and widening river channels to improve navigation and control flooding, is one of the primary human impacts on river meandering. By removing natural curves and bends, channelization alters the flow dynamics of rivers, reducing their ability to dissipate floodwaters and leading to increased erosion downstream. This intervention can also disrupt the natural sediment deposition process, negatively affecting soil fertility and aquatic habitats. Dams are built to manage water resources, generate hydroelectric power, and provide flood control. However, their impact on river meandering can be profound. Dams trap sediment upstream, preventing it from reaching downstream areas where it would naturally contribute to soil fertility and habitat formation. This sediment deficit can lead to increased erosion downstream and the loss of valuable floodplain habitats. Additionally, the altered flow regime caused by dam releases can disrupt the natural meandering process, leading to changes in river morphology and ecosystems. Urbanization and land development have significant effects on river meandering. The construction of roads, buildings, and other infrastructure can encroach upon riverbanks, reducing the space available for natural meanders and floodplains. Additionally, impervious surfaces such as roads and pavements increase runoff and alter the natural flow of water, leading to more frequent and intense flooding events. These changes can degrade water quality, reduce habitat availability, and increase the risk of riverbank erosion. Human interventions that disrupt river meandering have wide-ranging consequences for ecosystems and biodiversity. The loss of natural meanders can lead to the destruction of vital habitats for fish, birds, and other wildlife. Reduced sediment deposition and altered water flow can negatively impact water quality and the health of aquatic species. Additionally, the fragmentation of river systems can hinder the movement of wildlife and disrupt ecological processes, leading to declines in biodiversity and the health of ecosystems. Several case studies illustrate the effects of human activities on river meandering. The Mississippi River, for example, has been extensively modified by levees and channelization, leading to increased flood risks and the loss of wetlands and habitats. In the UK, the River Thames has undergone significant modifications that have altered its natural meandering patterns and impacted local ecosystems. These examples highlight the need for careful management and consideration of the long-term effects of human interventions on river systems. To address the challenges posed by human impacts on river meandering, a range of mitigation and restoration strategies can be employed. River restoration projects that reintroduce natural meanders and restore floodplain habitats can help to reinstate the ecological and hydrological functions of rivers. Measures such as removing or modifying dams, creating buffer zones along riverbanks, and implementing sustainable land use practices can also contribute to the preservation of natural meandering processes. Additionally, integrating natural flood management techniques, such as wetland restoration and riparian zone rehabilitation, can enhance the resilience of river systems. Effective policy and community engagement are crucial for addressing the impacts of human activities on river meandering. Policies that promote sustainable river management, protect natural habitats, and support restoration efforts can help to mitigate the negative effects of human interventions. Community involvement in river conservation initiatives can also raise awareness and foster a sense of stewardship for local river systems. By working together, policymakers, conservationists, and communities can create solutions that balance human needs with the preservation of natural river processes. The future of river management will depend on our ability to adapt to changing conditions and prioritize the health of river systems. As climate change and urbanization continue to influence river landscapes, innovative approaches to river management and restoration will be essential. By embracing strategies that integrate natural processes and address human impacts, we can ensure that meandering rivers continue to provide ecological and hydrological benefits for future generations. In summary, human activities have significantly impacted river meandering, leading to challenges such as increased erosion, habitat loss, and altered water flow. By understanding these impacts and implementing effective mitigation and restoration strategies, we can work to preserve the natural processes of river meandering and protect the valuable ecosystems and benefits they provide. As we look toward the future, the conservation and restoration of meandering rivers become increasingly important in addressing environmental challenges and sustaining the benefits these dynamic systems provide. This chapter explores the current state of river conservation, the role of innovative restoration techniques, and the steps needed to ensure the long-term health and resilience of meandering rivers. River conservation is crucial for maintaining the ecological, hydrological, and societal benefits provided by meandering rivers. Healthy river systems support diverse ecosystems, manage floodwaters, and contribute to soil fertility. As human activities and climate change continue to impact river landscapes, it is essential to prioritize conservation efforts to protect these vital resources. Effective conservation strategies involve safeguarding natural meanders, preserving floodplains, and preventing the degradation of river systems. Numerous conservation initiatives are underway to protect and restore meandering rivers. These efforts include the establishment of protected river corridors, the implementation of sustainable land use practices, and the enforcement of regulations that limit harmful activities. For example, organizations like the Nature Conservancy and the World Wildlife Fund are working to preserve river ecosystems and promote conservation policies. Additionally, many governments have developed strategies to protect riparian zones and manage water resources more sustainably. Restoration projects aim to reintroduce natural meanders and restore the ecological functions of rivers. Techniques such as channel reconfiguration, sediment augmentation, and riparian vegetation planting are used to rehabilitate altered river systems. For instance, riverbank stabilization methods, like the use of natural materials and native plants, help to prevent erosion and support habitat recovery. Additionally, projects that reconnect rivers with their floodplains and remove barriers like dams can restore natural flow patterns and enhance ecological health. Several successful river restoration projects demonstrate the potential for reversing the impacts of human activities and restoring meandering processes. The Elwha River in Washington State, USA, is a notable example where the removal of 2 dams allowed the river to return to its natural meandering state, leading to the recovery of salmon populations and the restoration of ecosystem functions. Similarly, the Wye River in the UK has undergone restoration efforts to reintroduce meanders and improve water quality, resulting in enhanced biodiversity and flood management. These case studies highlight the effectiveness of restoration techniques in revitalizing river systems. Advancements in technology play a significant role in river restoration and conservation. Geographic information systems, GIS, and remote sensing tools are used to monitor river conditions, track changes over time, and plan restoration projects. Modeling and simulation techniques help predict the impacts of various restoration strategies and inform decision-making. Additionally, the use of drones and automated sensors allows for detailed assessment and monitoring of river health, providing valuable data for conservation efforts. Community engagement and education are vital for the success of river conservation and restoration initiatives. Involving local communities in river management and restoration projects fosters a sense of ownership and stewardship. Educational programs and outreach efforts raise awareness about the importance of meandering rivers and encourage sustainable practices. By collaborating with stakeholders, including local residents, businesses, and policymakers, conservationists can build support for river protection and ensure the long-term success of restoration projects. Effective policies and advocacy are essential for supporting river conservation and restoration efforts. Legislation that protects river ecosystems, regulates land use, and supports restoration initiatives can help ensure the preservation of meandering rivers. Advocacy groups and environmental organizations play a key role in influencing policy decisions and raising public awareness about the importance of river conservation. By advocating for strong environmental protections and sustainable practices, we can help safeguard the future of meandering rivers. The future of meandering rivers depends on our ability to address current challenges and implement effective conservation and restoration strategies. As climate change, urbanization, and other pressures continue to affect river systems, innovative solutions and collaborative efforts will be crucial for maintaining the health and resilience of meandering rivers. By prioritizing conservation, supporting restoration projects, and engaging with communities and policymakers, we can ensure that meandering rivers continue to provide valuable ecological, hydrological, and societal benefits for generations to come. In summary, the conservation and restoration of meandering rivers are essential for preserving their ecological and hydrological functions. Through current efforts, innovative techniques, and community engagement, we can address the challenges facing these vital systems and protect their future. By taking proactive steps to restore and safeguard meandering rivers, we contribute to the overall health of our natural environment and the well-being of our communities.